other one. Ooh. When you paste it, Woo, paste it towards you instead of pasting it towards me.
No, it's supposed to have cleared it. I'm going to have to do this all again. I'll do it with a smaller one this time because I can't be asked doing a huge circle. So let's do... I am a good teacher, honestly. I'm usually not quite as sucky as this.
It shows it's live.
I had this all perfect the other day to show everyone. And I was like, oh yes, this will be a nice quick bit that I can show people. I've got some really nice artefacts in the middle of my screen at the moment. So I'm just going to move over to what seems to be Spinner's claim.
You've been tagged.
Free advertising.
I do have to...
I like that font, that's really nice lettering.
Yeah, I do have to do a shout out to Metallical, who made the landmark font, and I asked him politely earlier and he came over and gave it to me, and he made Exiles as well for us out of that font, which is pretty fucking kind of him, as he spent ages on the S. So 50 by 50 by 50. Little wall. 25 out this one. This one. Grab your heel tool, shift click, and at least you'll get me to see me do this bit again.
Boy.
What we want to do is take a corner that looks the best. So I think this one looks the best. I'm just going to copy it to the other side now, just to clean it off. If I put it in the right place, it would work. And then copy that again. And this should be a perfectly clean semi.
Sharp, clean edges.
So with this now, what you've got is your basic arch, and we want to mirror that on itself and put it together, and we want to just be one more voxel away, and what we do is we'll just clear this up over the top. Like that.
Putty voxel underneath.
Nope, just put them together now.
Oh, just tidy off that angle on the end.
Yep. Just flattens it out a little bit, and then when they kiss,
That's a handy little tip.
they kiss a little bit happier. So it makes the point a lot nicer and a lot smoother. Obviously depends on your cut from here. So if we just go back to the cut actually, you'll see that it has pointed edges. What we can do is we can actually just chop the bottom and the end one off each one as well, and then we can just mash them together. And that's made a nicer little point to that.
More gothic.
The thing I really like about this is that you've got a perfect little trial and error. So you put your cut down, and then what you do is just completely mirror it and don't move it at all, and put it down, and it will make the perfect Gothic arch. There'll be no kind of unevenness on either side. That will be
That's nice.
the kind of cleanest Gothic arch you'll get. And what you can just keep doing is keep coming in one at a time, and you'll find every other couple of places you'll get another perfectly clean Gothic arch. Can you just move back, Belg?
Sorry?
So yeah, there's another. Oh no, that's just a little bit wonky on one side. I think we might have reached critical point on this where we won't actually get another better one. Oh no, I think we've got one there. Yeah, that one looks perfect. So you can keep doing that. That's why originally I made it so huge, is because you can keep scaling it down and make smaller and smaller arches with symmetric points. The problem is with a lot of arches is that they're just not symmetrical. The points at the top,
Yeah,
they do this angle.
Other,
where I'm highlighting here, they end up doing this
Yeah.
sort of weird
flatten
join
out
angle.
more
So yeah, from my point of view, I think this is a really kind of nice way of doing Gothic arches and smooth arches. It is a bit of a longer process than most people will have used, but I think it just comes out a little bit nicer in the end. So the final results are better. Can someone just clean up that healed earth for me? I'll just move back to this clean. Right, so I wanted to show some terraforming as well. I'd shown Spinner this briefly when we were working on our PvP arena, and it seemed to help him because he went on to make lots of really funky caves that turned out really well. So the basics of how I start terraforming is that I just sort of think of what shape I want the world. So what I'm going to say now is that I want a pirate cove on a beach. So I'm going to make, first of all, a little bit of beach. So I'm going to choose a basic sand, and I'm going to change the add tool to a circle, and I'm going to make it 7, 8 big. And I'm just going to plonk it in the air, and then I'll just start adding to this. So we've got a really simple kind of shape happening, and it just looks like a load of circles put together. And yep, that's pretty boring. So then I want it to be sort of an archway cove, so I'll find something nice in the stone. Let's have some light tropical ocean rock, and we're going to just do some more circles until they join up. Working it out a little bit. And I mean, like, this is literally this quickly terraforming, and it's really simple and really effective. And what I like with this is that this is just blend some other rocks into it, some different colours, and then you get some nice shades once you start smoothing. So, and you can do the same with the sand, obviously. Let's add a little bit of cavern wall. And you can just go crazy with your circles, and then what we do is we get our smooth tool and it defaults to square, and everyone goes and just uses it in square form. But what you need to do is just bang it into circle, make it probably about that big, and then just click, 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 click. And we're just smoothing it into an organic shape, so we're just getting it away from wherever it's obviously circles. We're just smoothing the shape up and bringing it into a more real life shape. So there you've got a little bit of sandy beach with a stone archway that could be just dropped into water, and you've got a little bit of cove straight away there, and that's sort of as quickly as it can be made. It's a really good way of getting through your dirt and stone quickly if you want to make caves and stuff, but it's really effective, really nice. And always just use a lot of small circles to add kind of textures and depths and rocks, and then you get some of these sort of sharper points sometimes from your smoothing. And make your smooth tool circular always, and just a little bit bigger than the circles you were putting down.
Also, use I found when doing stuff like this, if you use small squares as well on some of the spheres, when you smooth it, you get a sharper rock.
I accept that's a technique, but personally I think the squares always come out a bit dodgily, because what's happening with the square logic is it's trying to, now with the way the smooth tool works, it's trying to make it circular. So in my logic, you may as well just start with a circle to begin with, whereas if I did this out of cubes, for example, let's just do a really kind of cursive cube version. This can turn out brilliantly. So I'm just going to do some sort of like stalagmite-y type things on a rock bed. And then when you're smoothing them, they're just trying to go, like, they disappear a lot quicker as well in their smaller forms, but they're just, for me, they're just trying to go to circle, and they don't leave quite the nice edge. I mean, for some work it could be kind of what you're looking for, but as you like,
I see what you mean.
It's kind of like some bits just want to disappear completely, and some want to stay square, and for me it doesn't give that kind of more natural finished look that the circles give. Also, another little cool thing when you're terraforming, don't build it out of mud. If you're underground already on your claim, just get the heal tool and use the heal tool and just make everything out of the heal tool and do your circles with the heal tool like so, and then
Paint